All right, guys, welcome back to another Fitness Facts. Great to have you back with us today. I have a very good special guest today. I mean, to me, he's very special. I mean, I know this gentleman almost 20 years, and he's my mentor. He helped me draw my fitness. I thought I was smart in fitness. For 30 years, I've been doing it until I met him. And he really taught me a lot, and he really helped a lot of other trainers out there. They will know who he is. I mean, announce his name. But then again, we want to interview him today, and we have a lot of stuff we want to talk about with you. You know, his background, what made him so successful, how we can help us get to the next level in our fitness life, whatever fitness endeavor, whatever you doing out there. Even just in life alone, you know what I mean? So a lot of stuff we want to talk about today. We may not have a lot of time, but we can do more every other week or so forth. Okay, so today we're going to really introduce Peter Cicali.
Hi, Tony.
Okay, this is
Thank
Peter.
you for,
and definitely he is my mentor, believe me. I don't look up to nobody until I kind of met him when I really first came here 20 years ago. Really,
Thank you, Tony.
I thought he had a big ego, really. I didn't really like him, but I learned so much from him. And every good trainer in the Miami area know this man. Even Zumba, this guy made Zumba who he is. Okay, so just so we can talk to today. So if you want to get in touch with him and ask him more questions we can talk about today, just go to the Olympic Gym website or get in touch with him, and he will really definitely answer all your questions and you may have, we don't answer today. But before we get started with him, I just want to tell you what we're going to go over today from Harlem to Golden Beach. That's his success bio. I read that the other day. I couldn't believe, it's like watching a movie. I mean, definitely never seen a movie that really, touched me that way. So this is something good you want to read. We're not going to go read the whole thing today, but if you want to get a copy of the article, we can let you know that at the end of the video. And then also we can go over he also wrote an article on 70 ways to be fit at 70 or any other age. That's another article being covered today. Not the whole thing, but just like 10 different questions. So if you want to copy that also, at the end of the video, we can tell you how you get a copy of that. Okay, so let's get with it. Pete Sr., let's do it.
I guess Tony said it all. I don't think I have anything more to say, except I can just elaborate on some of Tony's questions that he wanted to ask me today, because I do have 50 years in the health and fitness industry, and I've done a lot of research over the years on myself and passed it on. So Tony has some questions that I could probably share with you that could help you, because that's basically why I got into fitness business. It helped me get on a straight and narrow, gave me the discipline in life that I needed, and basically I'm here to share what I've learned with you in a small amount of time.
Okay, there we have it. Okay, our first question for you today is Harlem. You said you grew up in Harlem, you know what I mean? You said, listen, the best place to grow up as a kid, but why do you think it wasn't best? Some people come out of Harlem and be good. For you, why wasn't it a good place?
Well, it's not really where you're from, Tony. It's really where you want to go. But growing up in Harlem, yeah, it was a mixed neighborhood, and it was the ghetto. There was a lot of things going on. But I want to say I got a little lucky. Okay. But the way I explain luck, the harder you work, the luckier you get. And I was always a hard worker. Okay. At that time, it was called hustling.
Yes, all right.
Now it's called being proactive.
All right, good. That answers a lot of people's questions. I mean, definitely that's a big part of your bio. I kind of read about, because I'm from the Bahamas too. The Bahamas almost like, got a tour, and that really touched me when I read that also too. And you said there's a lot of obstacles when you're growing up too in Harlem. Like obstacles like what? You mean you get fired? What kind of obstacles,
Well, there was basically drugs all over the streets, okay? And the only people that you saw that were driving around in fancy clothes and cars were gangsters. Okay. So it didn't give you much of a choice, but I made that choice, and I said to myself, I'm going to follow a straight road, and that's what I did.
Okay, the neighborhood, was it mixed? Cultural mix?
Oh, big cultural mix. Everybody, it was during the, I grew up during the early 60s. It was civil rights movement. Okay. So the blacks fought against the Puerto Ricans. It was a big Puerto Rican dominated neighborhood.
Okay.
The Italians fought against the Puerto Ricans and the blacks and themselves.
Who are you?
I'm an Italian American.
Okay.
But everybody would fight against each other because we had nothing better to do.
Okay.
And there'll be riots in the streets and
struggle.
you know.
Okay. All right, let's move on to your family business. You said your family business, you run a garbage truck company or business or something like that?
He did have a good business, but he wasn't a businessman. Unfortunately, he gambled it away. He separated from my mom. You know, so I had all the odds against me. I grew up without a dad. I grew up in Harlem.
Okay.
I grew up without an education. And not that I'm proud of
we can
that.
We can get to that. That's okay. We can get to that. All right. The other thing that helped me when I was reading your bio is like, you know, you brag about your muscles a lot, but I realized you didn't get them from weightlifting. You get them from different garbage bins.
Yeah.
You said your bio.
The first muscle.
Yeah. You said your bio. You know, your body.
The first muscle I got was carrying garbage pails on my back, and they weren't plastic back then. They all weighed about 70 pounds.
Okay. Yes,
so
I remember those.
That was empty. So basically, yeah, that was my first start of getting.
So then at the age of 16, you without a job. What happened? The company closed down, or your father?
Well, he taught me how to drive the truck at 12, and by the time I was 16, I was driving a garbage truck at 12.
Bicycle at 12. You was driving a truck at 12.
Yeah. So I went for the road test at 16 with the garbage truck. I passed, but right after that, the business was sold. And there I was, without a job, without a career, without an education, without a father. And
then I saw you quit school, 8th grade. I mean, how did that come about?
Yeah, because I thought I was going to take over the garbage business. So I thought that would be my next move, but it wasn't.
So you just quit, or you told your mother you're going to quit school? You just decided to quit school, or?
Yeah, I just decided to quit school because I figured, hey, I'm ready to go to work.
Okay. Then in that time you had an uncle. He does massage all the time. He goes to massage. He does massage. I read that he goes to massage parlor, whatever.
Right. I used to hang out with my uncle who used to go to the spa. And
so how did this fit into your life? How did this come up? How did this fit into your life after school, before school? Like when did your uncle?
Well, I never went to school.
So, yeah, you finished 8th grade. Yeah.
Right. So I used to hang out with him.
Okay. Yeah.
And when he used to get a massage, the guy used to let me work out a little bit. But then,
you used to go to health club to get a massage, maybe a gym?
Yeah, it was a gym.
Okay.
Yes. And it was a spa, European health spa, and they had a workout area, and he would let me work out while I was there.
Yeah, okay.
Then he says, look, he says, being that you're coming here, he says, why don't you just get a membership? And I said, really, I'm out of work right now, and I can't afford it.
So he saw your membership.
And I tell you, he was, I'll never forget, this man changed my whole life. He was a consultant, a fitness consultant, a salesman, and he sold me a membership. And every time I sell a membership at the gym or when I was selling, I always had a flashback that I'm doing this person justice.
Yes.
If they walk out on me, I didn't really help them.
So
because he changed my whole life. When I left, he says, you know, I says, I can't afford it. He called me up at my house and he says, by the way, he says, I have a membership for you. I can give you a couple month membership for like $100. And my uncle says, you know what, I'll take care of it. I'll buy you the membership.
Okay, that's okay.
And sure enough, he changed my whole life. If he did not sell me that membership, I wouldn't be here today.
All right, it was like a European health spa. What was it? A European health spa? Where was this? What gym was this at?
It was called European Health Spa.
Yeah, I read that. European Health Spa. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, from there you move on. You had an ambition, and you're supposed to. Do you get a job there too? I realized you get a job in this place, or
yeah.
I read in your bio.
Okay, I started out.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they saw me working out every day. Had nothing better to do and spend a lot of time there. So I became friendly with the assistant manager. And he said, you might as well work here. You're putting a lot of hours here. And I said, you know, I don't know anything about, you know, all I know is just basically a bench press and some curls, and that was it. And he said, don't worry, I'll teach you. And then I was very shy, very quiet, coming off a garbage truck without an education.
Can't believe that.
And he says, you know, and I wasn't talking to anybody after I was hired. The manager says, fire him. So the assistant said, I know Pete, give him a little chance, you know, he'll do it, he'll do it. And sure enough, he gave me the opportunity to learn, and once I started learning, and people come up to me.
Okay, you became a trainer.
Yeah, I became a trainer.
All right, and then let's move on to like, as you was working at this gym and exercising, you ran into somebody by the name of Delia. Where did you come into your picture?
Delia I met in Central Park, but she used to come to the gym all the time, and I ended up selling her a membership.
Oh, you sold her membership?
Yeah, I sold her a membership. Then she lost her job. You know, but you know, I sold her a membership, and she started getting into it. And of course, we both had the same.
Well, she was an instructor too, I heard. She was an instructor too also?
She didn't become an instructor till we moved to Florida.
Okay.
She had her own job back then, and she worked on Wall Street. And then when we moved down here, she got into
let's move down to wedding. You finally got married to Delia, and let me go over the whole list right here before we get started. The wedding cost, am I right? $1,000. The wedding dress cost $19, and the wedding gift was like $800. Well, am I right on those things I quote?
The wedding cost $800. Okay, there were 40 people, close friends and family, and it was about $20 a head.
My shoes wouldn't even cost $80.
So this is what it was back then. Yeah. My wife had a dress made for $16 just for the price of the material. But yes, when we accumulated about $1,000 in wedding money, and we used that to get in a car and come to Florida, because $1,000 in New York, you couldn't pay first, last, and a month's security.
I mean, when I read that, $19 for a wedding dress, man, what that is, like a shower curtain or something wrapped around you, something like that. $19 these days, Jesus, you know. But definitely, this is a very interesting bio. People, if you want to read more about the bio, just grab a copy of it online and check it out. And we can go a little bit more into details when he came to Florida. And he came to Florida, there's no job for him available. And what did you do next? There was no job.
When I came down here, there weren't no jobs available at the gyms. There was only Vic Tanny down here and a couple small gyms. And my wife ended up getting a job at one of the ladies' gyms. It was an all ladies gym. Okay, so she started working there. And then she got a job at Vic Tanny, and eventually she got me in. But when I first came down, I did whatever it was to put food on the table. I worked as a valet at the Fontainebleau, and then I got promoted to night doorman. You know, and then she got me a job.
All right, folks, we're not going to give you the full detail. You want to get a copy of that too. Also, that's look like. Just go to the website and you get the full, you know, read the full bio on how we did it. You know, and any question you have to ask him, and you know what it takes. I mean, definitely it's a very interesting read. You want to read something keep you motivated. That's definitely something you want to read. Right now, we take a minute break and we come back with us some more. Thank you.